Hey Vinyl community, it's Chris, and it's time for another Acid Archives Diaries video. This time it's going to be Shiva's Headband from Texas. This is their first album, and this is their second album. So they're both mentioned in the Acid Archives. Let me put this one on. And then I'll skip around and sample some other tracks. So, Shiva's Headband. From Texas, they were from the Austin area. They were the house band for the Vulcan Gas Company and supposedly had a big hand in getting Armadillo World Headquarters going. So they're led by Spencer Perskin. Spencer Perskin, fiddle player. So they're sort of a country rock band. Like I said, I think I said formed in '67. This album came out in '69. Called Take Me to the Mountains. The artwork by Jim Franklin, who also did some covers for Freddie King, Commander Cody, Doug Sohm, and Sir Douglas Quintet. So this recording, Spencer Perskin on mainly violin, but also plays guitar, harmonica, recorder, and vocals. His wife, Susan Perskin, also on vocals. Sean Siegel on keyboards and vocals. Kenny Parker, bass and classical guitar, vocals. Robert Gladwin, guitar and bass, and Richard Fennell on drums. So, because of the fiddle, it kind of makes me think of a more down home, It's a Beautiful Day. But this is My Baby, first track on side one. Very country-ish. Take Me to the Mountains. Some cartoon artwork there. Some of the band members. I think that's Spencer Perskin there, that bearded guy. They were contemporaries of 13th Floor Elevators and Conqueroo. Couple more samples and then we'll get to the Acid Archives review. So, they're supposedly a psychedelic band, but I don't really hear much of that. Homesick Armadillo Blues, written by Susan Perskin. So let me skip to the last song where they changed style a little bit. This is called Song for Peace. With a slow build. So Spencer Perskin is still active in the Austin music scene, and at some festivity they had there, he was voted Austin's old hippie. And he's still got a version of the band, except they're called the Shiva's Headband Experience. So this one is very It's a Beautiful Day-ish. Off their It's a Beautiful Day's first album. Forgot to show the label, but it's on the normal green Capitol label from '69 era. All right, I'm going to flip it over. Play the first track and the last track. This is called Ebenezer. Written by Spencer Perskin. Oh, and there's the Jim Franklin artwork. Lots of armadillos. They feature in some of the other covers that he did for people. So violin getting or fiddle getting a workout there. Now I'm gonna move it up to their one of their singles, Kaleidoscopic. So there's the label from this one. And now we're going to play this one, Coming to a Head. Also features a armadillo there. This came out in '71. This is the 1980 reissue, which the artwork is pretty much the same. But the original one just had blank labels. So here we've got something identifying the tracks. So, 1980 reissue on Armadillo Records. This is called Such a Joy. Still has Spencer Perskin and Sean Siegel and Susan Perskin, but then they changed out most of the rest of the band. Nothing inside. All right. Hungry Ghost. All right, while this plays, I'll read the Acid Archives a review. So this was on page 293 of edition 2. It says that, well, let's see. It doesn't list rarity, but I'd say they're not too rare. A 1 or a 2. About the first album, Take Me to the Mountains. This is one of the earliest country rock LPs, but never made the splash it should have. Yet remains an enjoyable experience with nicely balanced country hippie mix and Spencer Perskin's terrific violin. Both tracks from their outstanding debut 45 are recut here in slightly less drugged versions. Anyone who likes the Sub-Zero band ought to recognize Shiva's as the original masters of the style. Not familiar with the Sub-Zero band. Guess I should have checked that. An original Canadian press exists. The nicely done Karma CD includes an extended 1969 jam on High Love, which shows what a great acid rock outfit the band were live, reminiscent of Kaleidoscope. Patrick Lundberg was the reviewer here. So they had the original 2005 reissue, a CD reissue with 3 bonus tracks, and a radioactive CD release. Their second album, which we're listening to now, Coming to a Head, 1971. The original 1,000 pressed with paste-on handmade labels, Rarity 2, and then the reissue that we're listening to is Rarity 1. It says there are only 200 of those pressed. Seems contradictory. Contrary to what you may read elsewhere, this was not their debut album, but a privately released sequel after Capitol dropped them. It's basically the same style as the debut, but a little less druggy and a bit more Western swing, thus with a more limited appeal. The 1981 pressing that we're listening to was reportedly a better pressing than the first, and later LPs include Psychedelic Yesterday from 1978 and In the Primo of Life in 1984. Spencer Perskin is alive and well, remaining musically active. So there we go. Acid Archives Diary, reviewing Shiva's Headband. All right, final community, thanks for listening to that, and I will see you on the next one.